Hey guys, what a horrible intro. How'd you guys like that shooting video yesterday, huh? Kind of badass with the wife there with the AR-15. Wow. Just a couple of things I want to talk about today. A little bit on my weight loss, a little bit about the guns, and a little bit about the RC car and the YouTube channel and stuff. So we'll just get started with the YouTube channel, get that one out of the way. Past 7,000 subscribers over on the tech channel. I'm starting to get what almost feels like 1,000 subs a week on average now, which is going very fast. The last week's been a little bit slower, I shouldn't say slow, but I'm very happy with where that's going right now, and it's definitely starting to bring some exposure because this company right here, I don't want to show my address or anything. Tilt built to tilt. This is a company that I found at CES, and if you watch the Tech channel, I did some reviews, or not reviews, I did an interview with them on a couple of their products, and they have sent me 3 items that I'm going to be doing reviews on. And after these, I'm going to be giving away some of the items, probably more locally than on the YouTube channel. I don't know, we'll see. Some of these items are kind of expensive, so we'll see. They told me I can do whatever I want with them, give them to friends, give them away on the channel, or whatever. And then they're going to send me a few more items later in the month when those are available, because right now there's some of the items I want are still in production phases. So that's really exciting. 7,000 subs, almost 600,000 views, and I'm really looking forward to that 1,000,000 view mark. That's going to be kind of like the next major milestone for me. I'm going to hit 10,000 subs before I get 1,000,000 views. I'm not sad about that. I just really want that 1,000,000 view mark, because that's kind of like that first little notch, like when you step it up and you say, okay, I've got 1,000,000 views. That's kind of a big deal. The gun video. Yeah, it was fun. Just purely target shooting. We're shooting some bowling pins. We were shooting some steel plates. The 9mm performed pretty good. In the beginning, it was jamming about every 7th shot because I think it had to do with the fact that because the gun had really barely ever been fired, it wasn't really worn in very nice, and the return spring was really stiff for the slide. And I had read some forums and articles about this particular 9mm that really needs to break in before the jamming issue goes away, which I think is true because it got to the point to where by the end of the day, I was getting through 4 or 5 magazines without a single jam, where before it was every single magazine, 7th shot, like clockwork. You could get 6 out, the 7th would jam. And every once in a while, I would get a shell that ejected with a bullet. And it was like, wow, that was... so there was some weird things going on. But by the end of the day, the gun was flawless. But that little 38 special, oh my god. Not only did that thing pack a wallop, I don't know where I got that phrase from, but not only did it really pack a punch, it hadn't been shot in 37 years. So, of course, I cleaned the shit out of it and lubricated the hell out of it before we went and shot it. And the first shot was a little nerve-wracking. It was like, okay, please don't blow up in my hand. And as reliable as it can be. And, you know, if you need a gun for home defense, or you feel you need a gun for home defense, there's nothing more reliable than a revolver, because it has such few moving parts. And every time you pull the trigger, they shoot. They are badass. And I also got to shoot, if you saw the video, the 357 Magnum. That was an awesome gun. I don't think there was any video of me shooting it, but my friend John was shooting it. It's his gun, and that thing is crazy powerful. Wow. And then that rifle with the scope on it, it doesn't look like much, but it shoots 7mm Magnum rounds, and the rounds are they're about this long. And you know, they look like you would expect. They look like the kind of bullets you'd find in a World War II airplane. They were 7mm tip, and that thing. Wow! I shot the 12 gauge. I shot the AR, and that thing right there that thing hurt the meaty part of my chest, because holy crap, when you shoot that and it comes back, it's just like boom. But it's got such a powerful punch to it, and it was so loud, even with the ear protection on. Funny story. My friend John, the guy with the cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and he was all "America" at the end. He had his Beretta PX4, and he had taken the magazine out, and he had cleared the chamber, made sure there was no round in it, and had just stuck it on safety and pulled the trigger Because for that gun, when you put it on safety, you can still pull the trigger, but nothing happens. The hammer doesn't move or anything. But he had stuck it on safety, had just pulled the trigger right when Paul, the guy with the big goatee, shot that rifle. And he was like, boom! He was like, oh my God! He thought he accidentally discharged the gun because that rifle, when it shot, even though you have ear protection on, you just feel it in your chest. It was just like, boom! Dust on the ground in front of the table would fly up when you shoot that gun. There was such a shockwave that came out of it. Some of the other people that were out there shooting it set up their tables and stuff like 100 yards away. Every time we fired it, they were like, the hell are they shooting over there? It sounded like an elephant rifle, like black powder. It was just boom, and you felt it in your chest. It was like, oh my God. Scared the crap out of me all day long, because if you weren't expecting it, it got to the point to where the women that were there were like, could you please let us know when you're going hot on that rifle, because it's scaring the crap out of us, because we weren't expecting it. And it just all of a sudden felt like you got this big boot to your chest, just poof, get kicked because you're not expecting it. But I'm very happy, and now the wife wants her own handgun. And so I think I'm going to take a little bit of the YouTube money from the tech channel, and we're going to buy... She got to make up her mind. Still got to go check out my friend Rob's Glock 21. It's a 45. I wouldn't say she wasn't handling the 45 good. I would say that it definitely... she's got to get used to a 45. We're leaning a bit towards the Beretta PX4, the 40 cal. The Beretta she was shooting was a 9mm, and she really liked it. She's kind of got this mentality of, well, I want a bigger gun with power, but you know, when you're learning, granted, I'm no expert whatsoever with handguns, but with a rifle, I'm very damn good. She needs to get over that mentality of, I want more power, because if you want more power, pick up the 38. The 38's got more power than the 9mm. The 9mm, I was hitting the steel plate and just you could hear the ricochet off of it. The 38 was knocking the plate over every time. So she's got some learning to do when it comes to the handguns. There's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with the 9mm, especially if you're talking home defense. For her, it wouldn't be home defense. I'm the home defense guy. For her, it would be target. Ow! I just kicked the table. For her, it would be target shooting. There's nothing wrong with the 9mm for target shooting. So she's got some shopping to do. She's got some playing around to do. She's got to make up her mind. I'm okay with giving her a 40 cal. I don't have a problem with giving her a 45. I think she just needs to graduate a little bit. And with gun prices the way they are right now, we need to make sure anything we buy is definitely what we want, because it's going to be her gun. And I told her too. She kept saying, I want my own gun. I want my own gun. And it's like, okay, fine. You want your own gun? Then you've got to learn how to tear it apart and clean it. You've got to learn how to load it. You've got to learn how to handle it. And you've got to learn how to clear any jams and any problems that happen with the gun. It's going to be entirely your responsibility. If sure, I'll be here to help you. But if it's not going to be our gun and it's your gun, then you've got to handle every aspect of gun maintenance and gun safety. So she's got some learning to do, because I loaded all the magazines for her. I loaded the revolver. When she shot the AR-15, I loaded it. Granted, she was able to put it hot herself, because you simply push a button and the slide goes forward and you're good to go. But she's got some learning to do, and so I'm looking forward to that. It's our first real hobby we can do together. So, because we've never been into the same things. And she's not into tech. She's into like scrapbooking and cooking and Tupperware and weird, crazy shit like that. But lastly, I want to talk about the weight loss. Today was weigh-in day. Lost another 2 pounds since last week. I'm losing an average of about 2 to 3 pounds a week. That puts me almost 15 pounds down in the last almost month and a half. So we're moving along. 15 pounds down and a lot more to go. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I'm going to go play some video games. Got some friends that want to play some Xbox and some Forza tonight. I'm going to go do that. I will see you guys tomorrow on tomorrow's vlog. Take care.